Hey, Shad here with Speed Addicts, the fastest growing gear site on the web. Today we're going to uncrate the Progressive 412 shock. What's up, Speed Addicts fan? Before we tell you about our #1 selling shock of all time from Progressive, do us a favor, subscribe to the Speed Addicts channel. Do it. I know you're thinking about it. Subscribe, get up to date, educated on all the latest parts and gear coming out into the power sports industry. If you're subscribed, you never have to worry about missing out. Also, if you'd like to support us here at speedaddicts.com, you could do so by simply shopping with us. That's right. Don't spend your money with those corporate monoliths. Support Speed Addicts. We're independent and indie. We're cool. There's a link in the description below that'll take you right over to the full selection of Progressive suspension products, from the rear shock to the front springs, monotube cartridges, and accessories. We've got it all from Progressive and have been an authorized dealer for about 20 years. Okay, behold the 412, the holy grail of affordable Harley-Davidson rear suspension right here. We've been selling the same shock for quite a long time, because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And you won't go broke. See what I did there, Matt? You won't go broke with the 412s. You are going to get a very capable shock for $300 to $400, okay? This is about half of what a lot of the high-performance aftermarket shocks go for, especially for the V-twin Harley-Davidson market. Now, Progressive make these for more than just Harleys, other metric cruisers, and a few other cafe racer options. Okay, when you're talking about applications, you will see them on our website using our vehicle finder and configuration over there. But if you're not sure, talk to our writer support team and they will guide you, because there are some options that we're going to go over here in terms of spring rate and length. So whenever you're not sure, talk to our team. We have techs on staff to help you make good decisions. But let's back up. Who is Progressive Suspension? Well, they are U.S. owned and operated. Even better than that, it's all made here, okay? So they are located in Southern California. They're not far from us, and they've been making some of the best suspension available for V-twin and Harleys for quite a long time. Now, the secret is, from their name, progressively wound springs. That's one of the things they bring to the table, and we'll talk about spring rate right now. So when the springs are created, in some applications, they use their progressively wound spring, where the coils are closer together at the bottom than they are at the top. That's going to allow the coil to have effectively kind of two different spring rates. The coils that are closer together are easier to compress. They are going to work on those smaller bumps, the smaller little road bumps and things that come, and noise too, actually, that come up. The bigger coils, or the coils that are further away, a bigger distance, are going to be firmer, and they're going to keep you from bottoming out. Or when you're pushing the bike harder into the corners, you actually want that performance feel. That's when you get into those coils that are further away. So that's where their name comes from, progressively wound springs, and that's what you get on many of the applications in the 412 shock and other shocks from Progressive. Now, you will have a choice in terms of spring rate. In most applications, you'll see both a standard and heavy-duty spring rate. And it's not entirely obvious when you're shopping on our website, because it is vehicle dependent. So you're gonna have to look at the actual spring rate when you get multiple matches for your machine and see which one's higher. That's gonna be the heavy duty spring rate. Again, if you're not sure, talk to our team. But the heavy duty spring rate is recommended for riders who are well over 250 or riding with a passenger more than half the time, or luggage. Now, I say well over because if you're borderline, don't go with the heavy duty, is my personal advice, because it's typically too firm, especially if you're just riding one up and say you're 255 or 260. Like, you're gonna get a very firm ride a lot of the time, probably firmer than you want, unless you have some sort of high performance application going on. So 250-ish and below, go with the standard spring rate. If you're riding with a passenger a lot of the time, most of the time, then go with that heavy duty spring rate. You'll appreciate it. It'll keep it from bottoming out. But if you only have a passenger once in a while, tough it out with the standard spring rate, because when they are off the bike and you're riding solo, that heavy duty spring rate will beat you up. I hope that was clear. If you're still not sure, talk to our team. In terms of length, you have 11 all the way up to 14.25 for a lot of the applications. 11 inches is essentially a slight drop from most factory touring Harley-Davidsons, which are sitting at 12. So you can bring it down a little bit in some cases, or crank it up, or go for OEM. If you're raising the bike, and that typically means in the Harley applications that you're trying to get more clearance, either for your exhaust or your pegs, and that you want a more performance setup. Otherwise, most guys are going for 12 or 13 inches, and if clearance is an issue, maybe they drop it down a bit, or they just want that lowered look. If you are going to drop the bike down, remember you should adjust the front suspension with some lowering springs or one of the lowered mono tube kits from Progressive so that the geometry of your bike is not screwed up and it still handles properly. Okay, we have double wall steel body construction here on the 412. You're going to get multi-stage velocity sensitive valving provides smooth, consistent damping. That's jargon, but what you need to know as someone that's been selling these shocks for a long time is that they're going to perform better than OEM. If your OEM shocks are tired, they feel like they're not doing the job anymore, or they're new and you still feel like you want a little bit extra performance, then the 412s are a very easy decision. Most of you riders out there don't necessarily need a set of $1,200 piggyback shocks. You just need something that's a step up from the OEM in terms of the actual damper performance and also the way that the spring is manufactured. Now, you'll notice it comes in black and chrome. So this chrome one is actually less common that it has the cover on the bottom. You'll see that on our website if that particular shock is available with the bow ties and that lower cover, it'll be shown as such. If it's shown like this, then that's what's available, okay? It just depends on the application. But most of them are uncovered, like the black one over here. You notice this is preload adjustment that has 5 settings, and it does require a tool. One of the things you get when you move up to the more expensive shocks from Progressive is that they have hand adjustable preload. That comes in really handy when you have a passenger stepping on and off frequently because you can just grab it. You don't have to use a tool. So if that's your situation, perhaps you might want to step up to the 444s from Progressive with that hand adjustable preload. So that is the only adjustment here. You have high pressure nitrogen charged body and a shock that's ready to bolt up. All you need is a stand and a socket wrench, and you can essentially install these yourself. If you follow those instructions, it's going to come with sleeves and washers to fit it to your machine, and you're going to get a 1-year warranty from Progressive. There it is. It's the easiest money to spend on a Harley Davidson if you have suspension issues or you just want a little bit more out of that rear end. Under $400 for some very capable aftermarket shocks from one of the best and a California company here. That is Progressive Suspension. That's all I got for you today. Talk to our rider support team. Like I said, if you've got questions, otherwise we will see you next time to find out what's in the crate.